Hey guys, I'm cmasupra, and welcome to another Company of Heroes video, gameplay commentary thingy-majig. Anyways, I am playing as Americans, my opponent is the Panzer Elite, and I decided to upload this particular game because it demonstrates very well multitasking from both me and my opponent. My opponent and I. No, my opponent and me. I don't know what would be grammatically correct there. I think it's my opponent and me. Anyways, yeah, I'm just doing a standard 2 engineer start, one that you start with and then you build one in your HQ, and then you go for rifles with the barracks. And what I'm not doing usual is going for points that are close by. I'm just going for points that I feel I can kind of hold because my opponent won't expect me to have them. So, I don't know, it's just something new. I'm trying this game. If you look on the mini-map, I am capturing the fuel and the cutoff point. That is usual, but if you were paying attention to my shift queuing earlier in this video, you will see that my shift queuing does not involve capturing the points in a normal order. Yeah, first rifle squad's out, and oh yeah, I asked my opponent what level he was. He said 10 as PE, 11 as Wehrmacht, but it's actually 13 as Americans, which means that he's actually slightly better than me at Americans. But I didn't know this when I was playing it, so I thought he was 10 and 11, so hey, we're exactly the same. Yeah, one level higher is Wehrmacht. There we go. Now he said he's 11 as Wehrmacht. And we are the same. Anyways, Rifleman, what are you guys doing? I am sending you to go capture this fuel point, but sadly my opponent's capturing it, so I'm like, okay, well, let's just see what's here. It's either a kettenkrad or Panzer Grenadiers, and if it's Panzer Grenadiers, I might lose. If it's a kettenkrad, I might just damage it, or not damage it at all because none of the rounds penetrate. I guess that works too, since he wasn't going to stay anyways. Stay to lose his kettenkrad. No smart player would do that. So now I'm just decapping that fuel point at the top of the map, and then I'm going to go capture his main fuel point, his plus 10, because there is no high fuel point, the plus 16. And if you hear a whistling in the background, it's because my window does not close all the way. It's like curved because it's too wide for the window frame it's in. And there's wind outside, so all the wind is howling through my window. I can hear it through my headset, which is actually surprising. So my opponent has 2 Panzer Grenadier squads here, and I'm like, okay, I'm in green cover. I may or may not win this. I don't really know. Oh boy, a 3rd squad versus my 2 squads. I am screwed. I just need to get out of here. Yeah, just retreat and then send these riflemen backwards a little bit, because there's no way my 2 riflemen squads can defeat his 3 Panzer Grenadier squads. Even though his infantry are cheaper, they're not that much cheaper or weaker.
Losing ground out there.
Ooh, a kettenkrad. Yay, send one of my engineers because they don't need to be double capping the point like that, which is really stupid of me. Send one of them to go attack the kettenkrad. The kettenkrad moves as you can see on the minimap and now on the main screen. So I just have these engineers chasing the kettenkrad so I can't capture anything. And hopefully I'll kill it, because engineers actually do a lot of damage to kettenkrads. And there we go, another kettenkrad. So that means he has 2 kettenkrads. And I am going for BARs. That is why I'm floating manpower. 60 fuel has arrived, but I don't buy them until 62 because I wasn't paying attention to my fuel income perfectly. No, 63 fuel actually, but I noticed it at 62. And here we go, some multitasking, what this video is about. So as you can see, I am chasing 2 kettenkrads, one with an engineer squad, one with the rifle squad. And then I have this battle going on next to the church. And then I have to also manage these engineers, so I'm in 4 places at once. I have to manage all 4 things at the same time, and I'm surprised he's not doing much damage to me out of that church, but I guess the windows make it a weird angle where he can't hit me, and he realized that, so he just got out and retreated. Even though he really could have survived that, I would have lost that if he had really done much, if he had used his infantry to the full capacity, which he was unable to do in the church. And these engineers are just here to stall. I'm like, okay, you're in green cover, maybe you'll survive long enough to do a little damage to the opponent while I stall his infantry. But nope, you're taking losses way too fast, so just get out of there and hopefully survive. But no, they don't survive. That sucks. Luckily, I have so many rifleman squads on the field, and I have been multitasking so well that he is now spread out, and I can just go up to his cutoff point, his main cutoff point, and capture that at the same time I'm capturing his fuel point. So he's not going to be getting much income at all. The only thing he'll be getting income from is his plus 10 munitions point next to his base. But then he has 3 infantry squads show up over there and 2 over here. I'm like, okay, I need to use both these rifle squads here to do some damage to him so I can win against his infantry and hopefully flank him as a way to win. I know these guys are screwed, but I'm just stalling so he doesn't get his fuel point back. But yeah, as you can see here with these 2 rifles, I am flanking the enemy. One is in front of the enemy, one is next to the enemy or behind the enemy. So the enemy is less likely to hit one of my riflemen. Because believe it or not, if in this game, if you have 2 squads like pretty much next to each other, they're twice as likely to be hit, I believe. I mean, not literally twice, maybe it's like a third more likely to be hit because there's so many more infantry to shoot at, so you're more likely to take damage. But if you spread them out to where you're on different sides of the enemy, that means the enemy has to turn each man individually, which is impossible in this game, but like the squad would do it automatically. That each man individually would turn to face a different rifle squad, so you're not going to take any more damage, but you're going to do more damage because you're shooting his squads, which are clumped together, versus yours, which are not. That's not what this video was about, although that's really a good point to bring up in a later video. How to deal damage against blobs with your blob. And he's trying to take his fuel point back. I was trying to stop it, but I'm not doing a very good job. I'm gonna lose 2 men right here. Yep, now I'm down to 2 men, so just retreat. And he gets his fuel point back. So that sucks, but at least I had it for a little while, so he wasn't getting fuel in that little while. And I am floating a ton of manpower. What is going on with me? I guess I'm just doing so much multitasking I forgot to watch my resources. Yeah, I don't know why I'm floating that many manpower. Maybe I'll realize it sometime soon. There we go. Water rifle squad. So overall, you'll see so far that I have spread out my riflemen pretty far across the map. So he's having to split up, or I'm just capturing the whole map. His choice. The downside is if I come in an engagement with his whole army, I pretty much just have to retreat that squad because they're pretty much doomed. 1 rifle squad cannot stand up to 3 Panzer Grenadier squads, even if the rifles have VARs. And this guy, I ambushed him. He wasn't paying attention. He wasn't multitasking right. He wasn't looking at the whole map. And I wasn't paying attention to my engineers, but luckily my engineers did get out, if you look at the minimap. Actually, I don't know if you could see that on the minimap. That dot is really, really tiny and probably won't come out in rendering. Anyways. Ooh, another kettenkrad. It's just like, yes, let's go and kill the kettenkrad. I'm going to take this rifle squad. And because they're so close with VARs, they're just pretty much going to kill it. Yeah, there it goes. VARs do a lot of damage to kettenkrads. It's a really surprising how much damage they do, really. And so while the fight is going on, I'm just back in my base reinforcing. It's another example of multitasking. And ooh, he retreated right into my rifle squad. I made a video about that. Make it so when your opponent retreats, you're in his retreat path, so you can do damage to him while he can't do damage to you. Yeah, I played that well. This actually turned out to be a pretty action-packed game because of how much multitasking was going on. It wasn't just like him fighting on one front and me also fighting on that same front, and then at the same time we're building structures and all that. We're fighting on like 4 fronts at a time in this at some points in this game. So that gets really hard to do. And I just missed my rifle squad right there. Ooh, a kettenkrad's here. Am I gonna get it, or is he gonna notice me? Oh, he notices me, but am I gonna get it? I think I have a rifle. Yeah, my rifle squad up here might get it. I just trapped him. He won't be able to get away. He cloaked, which means he did go Luftwaffe. Oh, there it is. Bye-bye, Kettenkrad. Damage engine means you move just as slow as my infantry.
Enemy unit down.
So his kettenkrad just went down. I believe that's the second kettenkrad I've taken out this game. I'm going to take out a lot of kettenkrads this game. So if you want to see that, you should keep watching. I killed so many of them because he failed at multitasking at some points. I out-multitasked him. But at the same time, he also out-multitasked me at some points, where I do late retreats, I lose squads, and all that. And there's stuff like this where I'm just stupid. It's just like, I should retreat, not position them. I see the whole army coming after me. I'm not going to survive that. And because I retreated late, I have to end up losing this squad.
Our forces are taking casualties.
And then I'm planning to lure him with this one rifle squad, so that, well, he'll follow me, and if I retreat, it'll be not
Grenades
through him.
arrived.
I put my rifleman closer to my base, going left on the map, as you saw. My rifleman moved left, so the retreat path became closer to left, and I throw a grenade early here,
Losing contact with one of
and
our
it kills
sectors.
2 of his guys. He retreats the squad. It's just like, yes, that's a huge damper on his army. I stand a chance at winning this battle now. And while that battle's happening, I'm gonna go
Reinforcement underway.
take another point, or set up another Q point. But I'm not winning this battle at all. So I
Casualties
retreat,
being reported.
and I lose the engineers, which were flamer engineers, and my riflemen get out. So now I have 3 rifle squads here, so it's like, okay, halt, come together and let's blob up against his army. Because all 3 of you will beat his army, but one of you individually isn't going to do it. So let's send you all up into his army. He'll retreat before I do too much damage because he's not a bad player. He does know when to retreat and when to fight. And I've explained that many times in my videos. You should never fight a battle that you know you're going to lose, because you'll just take more damage than you deal, unless you are trying to stall. But you're not trying to stall very often in this game.
We have territory cut off from
At least I don't. Maybe I should.
supply lines.
Maybe that's why I'm only level 11.
Territory cut off.
I don't know. Ooh, that squad was doomed. Smart retreat on his part. Same with the squad back at the other munitions point. He didn't let them get damaged. He just retreated because he had already decapped the point, and he knew that if he stayed longer, he wouldn't be able to capture the point, and he wouldn't be able to deal damage, so it wasn't worth staying at all.
Underway.
And yay, the first M8. I decided to go M8 because I knew he didn't have much AT, but I was kind of fearing a vehicle such as that one, because he showed his MP44 squads, which means he had to have the tier 3 building, and I just lost a rifle squad. Wow, that's a fail multitask. I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, armored cars running from my infantry, so I have my M8 chasing it now. Will my M8 find it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it'll find something else. Who knows? But I have my M8 chasing the armored car. By the way, I know the answer. I'm just asking. Here's your answer. Find 3 infantry squads. Just like, yeah, they're all enclosing on me. Does he have AT grenades? I should stay away from his infantry just in case he does have AT grenades. And it would appear that he doesn't, or else he just doesn't feel like trying to chase my M8. So I now have his cutoff, and I have his top munitions point, if you look at the minimap. So he's not getting much in terms of resources now. He's getting 1 plus 10 munitions point, and then 1 plus 10 fuel point. So, yeah, he's not getting very many resources. I'm getting a little more. Actually, a lot more, maybe like double. I mean, I have an odd shape on the minimap. I don't have continuous territory. But at least it's territory he doesn't have. It's cutting him off. And you'll see, or you saw that I chose infantry company, and that's because I wanted to lay mines with my riflemen, because I have so many riflemen, but no engineers. And my riflemen are getting decimated in that battle, but while the battle's happening, I was busy over messing with my M8 to make sure it was fighting well as well. Yeah, I don't have engineers, I only have riflemen, so it's like, okay, I want to plant mines with my rifleman because he doesn't have a way to detect mines unless he uses a kettenkrad or field craft upgrade. But then he has to have a squad standing still to actually detect the mine. So, I figure mines would be useful because I'm killing off his kettenkrads, and they're not really showing their faces because they know, or he knows, that they will just die because I have units all over the map and he doesn't know where they are. I know exactly where his units are. They're in his base. And as I say, that one appears just right here. But most of his units are in his base. And I throw a sticky here, and this is truly amazing. That's a almost full health armored car. Look what happens.
Enemy unit.
It dies to one sticky. I don't know if that sticky got a critical or what, but that almost never happens. It's like the second time I've had that happen in this game. I believe the first time I took a full health armored car and destroyed it with a sticky. So I guess there's a chance of criticals with stickies. I don't really know. But going back to the point I was making earlier, I pretty much know where his infantry is, but he doesn't know where my units are. I know where his units are. I know where his units are, but he doesn't know where my units are. So I have the element of surprise whenever he decides to go somewhere. And the fact that he really isn't able to counter my M8s tells me that he's at some point gonna go for some version of AT that's a little more significant than AT grenades. Because AT grenades cost a lot of munitions relative to their killing capacity. And it's not like a Panzer Shrek where you spend 75 once and then you have AT for the rest of the game on that squad. You have to spend munitions every time you want to use the AT ability. So he needs something more useful for AT than AT grenades, so I know something's going to come up and I hope that my M8s will be able to counter it. He probably isn't going to go for a Panzer IV IST, because I keep taking his fuel points, so it's like he knows if he tries to go for that, it's not for sure that he'll be able to get it, just because I sometimes have his fuel points, so he's not going to constantly have much fuel income, and that's a nice grenade! Yeah! I killed 5 of his units. Wow, he retreated, not 5 units, 5 men, which is actually a lot of damage for a grenade, but that's what happens when you blob. And this is what I mean by he needing some better AT. And there it is! A martyr. You'll notice he spent all his munitions on, or not all his munitions, but all his Panzer Grenadiers threw an AT grenade and my M8 was still alive. So he needed to throw another AT grenade to kill it off, but he couldn't because, well, the AT grenade has a really long recharge timer, it's like 2 minutes or something. So he couldn't throw another AT grenade very quickly. And that's when the mortar comes in, is very helpful. A very helpful unit for his cause, because I have a couple M8s, or had a couple of M8s on the field, and I believe I'm making another one now. I might be, I don't know. And I just saw that kettenkrad, it cloaked, I was like, okay, well, engineers, you keep laying mines, and I shall send my M8 to go find this, because I don't want him seeing what I'm doing over here. I don't want him seeing me lay mines. So let's find, oh, there it is, there it is! Yes, go find it, yeah, kill it. And he's not paying attention, he's just gonna let it die. He totally forgot to pay attention to it, he thought I didn't see it. So while he was busy moving his army here, I managed to kill his kettenkrad, which you just saw explode at the bottom of the screen, with my M8. And then he has that thing, verbal wind, that's what it's called. It's not doing much to my M8, and my M8's not doing much to it, so it sounded like a stalemate battle, other than his AT grenades, which he is using. And you'll notice that now that I have my M8 in a safe spot, I'm just going somewhere else and focusing on that, where another battle is happening. My riflemen are not in a good specific position, they should be up against the wall. There we go. Let's throw the grenade. Nope, 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 nope. Go back to the wall. Let's try to throw the grenade again. And yes, this time they didn't move, so they're going to throw it. There's the grenade toss, and it takes out the whole wall. That's a very strong grenade. I've never seen that happen either. Never seen a grenade take out the wall. Ooh, there's his verbal bend. It's getting a little too close. Yes, can I sticky it? Yes, I stickied it. Haha. And this ring, it's hilarious what happens after this. Okay, so there's a verbal wind that can't move, and there's a martyr that can't move and shoot at the same time. And I have an M8 that needs to kill both of them. The verbal wind is almost dead, but I have to try and avoid the martyr. So this is taking a lot of concentration, so I'm not going to be doing much else on the map at the same time. Oh no! I just need to kill the Vervelwind and I will be satisfied. One more shot on it. Come on. Yeah, aww. 5% feature. It's not a bug. It used to be called a fug because nobody knew if it was a bug or a feature, but it's actually a feature. They have said it. Although maybe it's a bug and they're just saying it's a feature. But there we go, the Vervelwind is dead. Now I can focus on other things while still trying to keep my inmate alive. Oh no, I was away for too long, I can't get out. Oh, it's dead. I'm floating a lot of manpower. And what's he gonna do about this inmate? He's not gonna do anything. And there we go, another kettenkrad to kill. I don't know how many I've killed so far. 3 or 4. But let's go up there with the inmate and try to kill it. While I send units to go do other things. Ooh, he's not paying attention. Can I kill it? Yeah, damage engine. He's not getting away. There we go. I killed another kettenkrad. So I pretty much have the whole map at this point because I am out multitasking him. I am all over the map and it's not working out for him because Panzer Elite works better in groups, which he is having trouble doing, although now it's working out pretty well for him, as you can see. And I decided to go for the artillery with my 2 command points rather than the off-map combat group. And I almost laid down artillery, but decided to cancel it because I didn't know where his units were. I wasn't sure if he was going to retreat or what. So I wanted to make sure I would be able to get some units with the artillery. And now that there's a big battle going on, he has almost his whole army here. Just like I have almost my whole army. I led artillery, I killed 6 guys in total with it. And then he retreats. Or rather, I killed 3, then he retreated, then I killed 3 more while he was retreating. And then he gives up, despite the fact that actually his army is still stronger than mine. Yeah. He has a stronger army than I do, if you take a look at the whole map as I'm showing it to you here. But I end up having most of the map, so I get most of the resources, and yeah, he didn't have much of a chance, especially against my M8s. He couldn't afford very many martyrs to kill my M8s with, so yeah, he couldn't do much about my M8s. And that's pretty much what did him in, I think. I mean, the artillery was the last thing, but the M8s really drove him nuts because he couldn't do much about them. One thing I do want to note, I don't know when I'm going to show it here, but his squads had a lot of veterancy. Like, there's a double offensive vet, there's an offensive vet, a defensive vet, an offensive defensive vet, and one more that I'm going to show because I'm going to take a nice good look at them here. Hold on. There we go. And on another offensive vet. This is not the look I was talking about. Anyways. Yeah. Multitasking. Fighting on more than one front while doing things in your base. And you can see what I mean in this game. Like, sometimes I went with like 4 fronts at the same time. I have to battle all his units that way. And I was able to out-multitask him, although he has more points in the screen. I don't know how this screen works. You can see he has 20,000, I have 13,000. So I don't know why, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, he just left the game. I had the victory points in most of the map, but he had the bigger army in the end. So, who knows? I think I just out-multitasked him, so I hope this video was helpful and informative and enjoyable and entertaining and good quality. I don't know what else to say. Oh well, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.